Driving Miss Daisy is the story of an unlikely friendship between two older people, and they meet because Daisy's son, who is 40 at the beginning of the play, becomes increasingly concerned about her ability to drive herself around when she has a crash in the garage of her house, and he hires a driver for her without her consent. He has hired Hoke, and Daisy is not happy because she's an extremely independent woman. The major themes in the play, for me, are really friendship, primarily, how friendship can be wrested from the jaws of possible intolerance and racism and potentially anti-Semitism, or etc. I also think a significant theme in the play is how things changed between 1948 and 1972. The civil rights movement takes off and changes a lot of things all over the country, not only in the South. And this is a personal story of how this happens, as opposed to the institutional stories that we get a lot of times in our educational institutions or in history. And that there is no loss of dignity or self in accepting help from somebody else. In fact, it opens your heart and your consciousness of other human beings when you are able to allow yourself to trust other human beings to help you out. What I look forward to working with these two wonderful actors, Craig and Nancy, a little different for each one. I've worked with Craig several times before, so I know a little bit of kind of what he's capable of, you know, what his rehearsal process kind of looks like. He's really an extremely kind-hearted, funny, smart, compassionate human being, and a brilliant actor, so I always enjoy the prospect of working with Craig. I have only worked with Nancy once before on a reading several years ago, so I don't know her as well personally or in the rehearsal hall, but I've certainly seen her perform many, many times around town. She's funny as hell and with a surprisingly vulnerability under the humor. And I think that would be a really important quality to bring to Daisy. So the two of them should be a really excellent match that will set off some little sparks. Directing the play at Ford's Theater has a resonance in particular because we put a great deal of emphasis and thought into the Lincoln legacy. And I think this is a story that Lincoln would particularly approve of two people, different races, different classes, different religions, in an area of the country that would have otherwise kept them apart. How they are both able to overcome the prejudices that they bring into the relationship when it begins and discover the humanity of each other, and thereby also discover more of their own humanity.